Can you believe that almond milk only has 2% almonds? That means the rest of it is 98% water. Oh, and there's calcium carbonate, lichens, emulsifiers, and added sugars. If you're not a fan of drinking chemicals or paying for overpriced almond water, then pay attention, because I'm about to show you the best nut milk makers money can buy. I'll even let you in on some insider test data that you can't get anywhere else on the internet. Now, what if you can make luxurious, creamy plant milk in just 60 seconds? No more soaking your almonds overnight, no more almond milk that just tastes like water. It's more smooth, creamier, and it makes you never want to go back to store-bought. Well, that's what this next machine promises, and there's a reason why it's selling so fast. This is the Nama M1, and there's something special about this milk maker that none of the other ones have. First, there's no pre-soaking required, which saves you hours of prep time. What's brilliant is the lid doubles as a measuring cup. You just add your nuts, some water, press the button, and in 60 seconds, you got fresh, creamy plant milk ready to pour. Once you start making plant milk with this, you're probably never going to want to go back to that grocery store-bought crap ever again. Now, here's what makes the machine stand out from the rest. The M1 uses a bidirectional motor. First, it blends at 10,000 rotations per minute. Then it reverses directions to create centripetal force at 2,500 rotations per minute. What happens here is the pulp is moved in two different directions. This makes sure that all of the liquid is separated from the almond pulp, giving you a more richer, creamier, consistent texture with better extraction so you don't waste a single drop. Far from watery, and right now the M1 is the only machine that does this. It also leaves you with the driest pulp, which you can repurpose for crackers, granola, cookies, and that means nothing gets wasted. So the beautiful part about looking at dry pulp is that you know that the machine is efficient and that it's not wasting any of your almonds. And if you're someone who loves to bake, it comes with a sealable pulp mat so you can save the leftovers for later. I made matcha protein balls and they turned out to be phenomenal, 10 out of 10. Now, the machine isn't perfect. There's no heat function, so if you're somebody who drinks a lot of soy milks, this probably isn't for you. And every nut milk maker is going to leave you with a little bit of grit in your glass. The M1 is no different, but out of all the ones that I tested, it was the least gritty machine I've used. Now, Nama backs this product with a 15-year warranty and has the best customer service, so I've heard from many people in the comments section, making it an attractive buy. When you think of all the money you're saving on store-bought milks and you're getting rid of all the chemicals and crap that you're putting in your body, the M1 literally pays for itself and then some. It's a bit on the expensive side, but there's a reason why so many people are saying it's worth it. But if you're looking for something a little more compact and cheaper, check out this next nut milk maker. Have you ever seen this going viral? It's cheaper, more portable, and it's on a lot of people's radars, especially because it was featured on Shark Tank. It's the Nutter Machine, and it's a pretty simple design. It only comes with two parts, so you have like the container and then you have the lid, and it also comes with a sieve too to help you get rid of some of the pulp. So one of the features I like about this is the self-clean feature, which the M1 also has. You just pour some soapy water in the top and then you press the button. It's also versatile because it can make various nut milks with its heating element. So you can boil water and you can even make soy milk. And when it comes to making small, convenient batches of almond milk from home, it's a good start.
By the way, I'll leave links in the description below, which will help you save money no matter which machine you go with.
Now, let's talk about some real issues that everyone likes to leave out. The first is that it's a bit on the watery side. It has decent flavor, but it's not as full-bodied or rich as the M1. Another is durability. Some people have said that the Nutter only lasted them about 4 months before breaking. Now, I haven't had that experience myself, but there are people complaining that couldn't get in touch with Nutter support. Maybe the team's a bit unorganized over there and they might have some quality control issues. Who knows? The capacity is kind of tiny, only 1.5 to 2 cups per batch, and you can only run the machine about 2 times per hour because it needs a cool down. If you're making milk for more than one person, that's kind of going to slow you down. A lot of people like to call this a glorified blender, and that's because it really does feel like a portable smart blender that comes with a sieve. Speaking of the sieve, it gets clogged pretty easily. What I like to do is take a spoon and press it down to help extract some of the liquid. It's not a deal breaker, but it's sure as heck not as convenient, and there's only a 1-year warranty. That said, it's a nifty device for the right person. If you live alone and you just want to make a quick glass of almond milk, the Nutter Machine could be the right machine for you. And if you haven't heard about this next nut milk maker, you're probably living under a rock because everyone likes to talk about it. And at first, I won't lie, it looked amazing, but then it kind of turned into a total nightmare, at least for me. Next up is the Almond Cow. You just add your ingredients to the basket, tilt it, twist it, pour water, and attach the top to the base, and you're ready to rock. It has easy one-button operation, but using this machine is far from easy. In fact, the first time I used it was a complete disaster. But before I start bashing this thing, let's talk about some things that I liked about it. The Almond Cow can make larger batches, about 5 to 6 cups per cycle. That's great if you're trying to make enough plant milk for the whole family. And like the Nama M1, you don't need to soak your nuts overnight. It's also pretty versatile. You can make everything from almond milk to wellness shots, cocktails, spreads, and soups. Cleanup time is pretty quick because it doesn't have that many parts, but there are some things that might make you want to return it. The first is the Almond Cow is by far the most watery of the two. And I'm not the only one who feels this way. I read over 45 reviews just like this. And that's not even the worst part. I actually went through 2 machines because the first one broke. That's because assembly is trickier than a mother effer. You have to tilt the filter basket to the side when putting it together. If you don't, the filter basket doesn't lock properly and it detaches while the machine runs. Here's what you end up with. And that's not all. Screw the basket on too tight and then it becomes almost impossible to twist off. Once you get the hang of it, it's not as bad, but it's still annoying. And since then, they've improved the design a bit to make sure the basket attaches easier. They even give you a piece of paper that warns you before using it. And the Almond Cow only comes with a 1-year warranty. Now, some people love this thing, and despite it not being for me, I think it still deserves a spot on this list. Now, this next machine is almost identical to the Almond Cow, but it's actually cheaper. What's crazy about it is it even comes with a heating element, which is great if you like soy milk. It's been quietly sitting in the shadows versus the flashy competitors because they don't do any fancy marketing campaigns. It's called the Soyabella. You just add 1 cup of almonds to the basket, twist it, then pour water up to the min or max line, and you just stick the top part on. On the top, they give you 2 settings, raw for almonds and hot for things like soybeans. Now, like I said, this thing is cheap, so don't expect any crazy recipe books, sealable pulp trays, or long warranties. It's about as easy and simple to clean as the Almond Cow, and just like the Almond Cow, the nut milks come out pretty watery. But nonetheless, it's a good budget option if you're looking to just get started. But now, I'd like to show you my personal data for these nut milk makers that you won't be able to find anywhere else on the internet. Why? Well, because I literally spent close to $900 and weeks testing them, cleaning them, and measuring their effectiveness. First up is the grit test. I shook the almond milk from each milk maker, then I poured a 400 milliliter sample of almond milk into a nut bag for each machine. The grit is going to be the amount of pulp inside the drink. So here's the scorecard for the grit. The Nama M1 had the least amount of grit, followed by the Almond Cow and the Soyabella. Next, we've got the wasted milk test. I took the pulp from each machine and put it inside a nut milk bag. Next, I squeezed as much liquid as I could out of them. This test shows you how much milk each machine wastes inside a single batch. For the M1, it was only 9 milliliters. The Soyabella did better than the Almond Cow, but both wasted about a half cup of milk. A half cup adds up over time, and it sucks because you're not getting as much value out of your almonds. Here are the rest of the tests. The fastest assembly was the M1, and the fastest cleanup time was the Almond Cow. And if you're still on the fence about which nut milk maker to buy, here's how I would decide. If you want to make soy milks or need something more budget friendly, then the Soyabella makes sense. But if you want the absolute best quality and don't mind paying a little more money, go with the Nama M1. It's not 100% grit-free, but it's as close as it gets. The M1 is creamier, tastes more like almonds, and is less watery than the other machines. No milk maker is perfect. The best one is the one that you're actually going to use every day. For me, I get more use out of the M1 than any other machine on the list. Whichever one you decide to go with, check the links in the description below. I'll keep it updated with the best discount on the internet, but make sure you do it now so you don't miss out.